To quite a weird car banana just drove past me. So hello there, and welcome to a video. I'm not too sure what I'm going to be doing with this video, to be honest with you, but I thought I'd give you like an example of what it's like to drive in Poland. I'm in Poland at the moment, visiting some family, so let's go for a spin, talk you through exactly what I recommend or what I think you should be doing if you're driving in a foreign country. So right, let's turn the engine on, and we're just going to wait for the vehicle behind us to pass, take it into one blind spot, and then we're going to go. Now, whenever I drive in Poland, I always make a point of having my right shoulder closer to the edge of the road. I find it to be a very good reference point so that I don't mistakenly go on the wrong side of the road. Now we're coming up to the end of the road, and we're going to turn to the left over here. So top left mirror, signal to the left. Now as I signal to the left here, I'm going to still position myself to the right. So I'm going to position myself to the right over here, and then have a good look to make sure if it's clear. It's quite busy today because it's a Friday. Oh no, it's can't remember what day it is now. It's quite busy today, but I think it's a, yeah, is it? Yeah, it's Friday, sorry, it is a Friday today. Okay, now speed limits. Now, whenever you drive in a foreign country, it's always a good idea to drive at a nice, safe, slow speed. Now, of course, I'm not necessarily telling you to drive like a snail, but, you know, we don't know where everything is. Yeah, everything is completely different. That's why it's so important to find out the rules. Get to know the rules whenever you're traveling to any country and you're going to be driving there. Find out what the rules are. Now we're going to go to the right over here, so I'm just moving it like so. Now I have a giveaway sign over here. They've stopped for me. Now usually I should have stopped there, but you know, if you've got other drivers and they're willing to stop for you, it's okay. Let's continue. Wow, there's a lot of traffic today. Like I was saying, it's a Friday, so it's Easter, and Easter is a very, very important holiday. Now, the separation gap. Now, my pupils will know this. I always say we must always make sure that we leave an adequate gap between ourselves and the vehicle in front, and this is no exception. Whenever you're driving in any other country, it's always a good idea to leave a good gap. Now, roughly, I'm doing about 30 kilometers an hour, which is, you know, a safe, controlled speed. I'm not in a hurry to go anywhere, and it's always important to drive at this nice, slow speeds. Now in front of us, we've got some train tracks. Slow down, and you must stop still and have a look, see that it's clear, and then continue. You can't go by the lights alone. It's something that you do have to do when you're driving in Poland. And if you see like railway lights or railway lines, you have to stop still and have a really good look to see if it's safe for you to go or not. Okay then, now I'm going to take the next turning on the left. So I'm going to go mirror, mirror, and I'm going to signal to the left, and now I'm going to position myself slightly more to the left, and then we're going to go foot brake and clutch here. Take it into first gear, making sure that it's safe, and I would always check just over the shoulder. I know there's no need for me really to check over the left shoulder, but I still think it's a good idea to do. And then we're going to continue to follow the road along. So yeah, on the left over here is where my brother-in-law works, in the factory. I'll show it to you. It's a big factory. So if anybody wants to buy any materials to make bricks, paving stones, and all that, let me know. Right, at the end of the road, turn right. Top right, signal to the right, foot brake, clutch. Now here's another thing that's very important. We angle the car to the direction we want to go. And it just makes it a lot more easier then. There you go, I can see that it's clear. And away we go. And we're going to go back into Ripon now. Now it's very important that we leave this clear because this is a crossing. There we go. You see, you've got to look for people who are standing by them, yeah, because under Polish law you have to stop. Look at that lorry now, it's going to stop. Well done. And then I check over my left shoulder. There we go. Now I check over my left over here, making sure that it's clear. Wow, it's very busy today. Should be alright after this one. Yeah, further than 8. Away we go. So there's my first exit. Here's my second. So I'm going to indicate to the right. And then I'm going to check over my right shoulder. Good. And that's how we do that, yeah. That's how we do that. That's how we do a roundabout in Poland. Okay then, now I'm going to take the next turning on the left over here. So as I come to this section over here, I indicate to the left. I position myself slightly more to the left. And then I'm going to go a little bit forward. That's it. There we go. And then I just sort of stop it here. Oh, there's the police. This is where I start to panic, yeah? Policja. Thank you very much. Okay, that's how we do that. Crikey, it's very hot today. And I don't know if I'm sweating more because there's a police car in front of me. Or if they arrest me thinking I'm some sort of Welsh spy. So we're going to go on this bit over here. And again, look how much of a gap I've kept. I've kept a good gap between myself and the vehicle in front. And this is what you have to be doing. Even if you're like driving in Spain or anywhere else, I would always recommend leaving a gap. Just saw some people looking at me then probably thinking, why is that guy talking to himself in the car? That's it, very good. While driving as well, I would always recommend checking the mirrors loads of times. I mean, my father, who was a driver instructor as well, he always used to say that there's no such thing as over checking your mirrors. The more you check your mirrors, the more you compliment your driving. And when you compliment your driving, you give yourself assurances. And when you give yourself assurances, you are then gonna feel assured, but also the examiner, if you're doing your driving test, is gonna also feel assured that you know what you're up to. You know what's going on ahead of you, but you also know what's going on behind you as well. The speed limit along here now is 40 kilometers an hour. But am I going to do that? No, I'm going to go what's safe. And what's safe is the speed that you're able to control the vehicle in. safely. There we go, brilliant. Oh. Now that's why we go slow. Prime example. She knew she did a mistake then, you know, she was grinning and all that, she knew she made a mistake. But you know, this is why we drive slowly. And people are very unpredictable and it's so easy, you know, who hasn't, yeah, who hasn't walked somewhere and, you know, you're thinking about something else. Easily done, so, you know, I don't blame her. Oh, okay, I'm getting spaced. Getting some space, brilliant. So yeah, that's why we go slow. And again, when I say slow, I'm not saying drive like a snail, because we don't want to frustrate people and make people take irrational decisions, but you've got to drive at a safe speed. And by driving at a safe speed, we can react to situations just like what just happened. Traffic is moving, so I'm checking my left. Now I'm going to turn to the left up ahead, so I'm going to actually position myself to this direction here. You know, everything first gear, and I just sort of stop it here. Oh, going green, so I can go. And I'm gonna go before this lorry. Good. That's how we do it. It's easy. You're only gonna make a mistake if you rush. Turn right over here. Okay then, well, I hope this trip has been interesting for you, and stay tuned for another video.